What's up, guys? Paige Michelle here, world-leading human design and business expert and the editor-in-chief of Undefined magazine. And today is the perfect day to arrest Breonna Taylor's killers. Now that the really important stuff is out of the way, I want to talk about some things that happened over the weekend from the perspective of human design. So during his interview with Angela Yee, August Saldina revealed that he was in a relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith, and the world was like shocked. I don't know how. If you have not seen the Red Table Talks, it is very clear that they have a non-traditional marriage and that they are in a lifetime partnership. It's even more clear when you look at their human design. This isn't surprising to me at all. Will is a manifesting generator. He has a defined heart. He's extremely committed. He's extremely loyal. When he said that there were no deal breakers and that Jada couldn't do anything to make him withdraw his love and his support from her, he meant it. So although their camp is saying that this did not happen, I don't necessarily believe it. I believe that he probably did give his blessing to August and Jada. Because Jada is an emotional projector with an open G center, she's very tapped into her emotion. She's very emotionally driven. She's got that gate 6, which is kind of the person that's going to be in control emotionally of the relationship. She's got this open G center that finds out who they are through their interactions with other people. I see it very common in those that are in polyamorous and non-monogamous relationships. They also don't have a consistent access to a feeling of love. So they will go places, do things, be with people just to experience love. So it is not surprising to me that she looked outside of this partnership for a new experience and a new experience of love. When they come together, they're completely defined in their human design, and that is a lot to handle, especially for a projector. So Jada especially is going to need time away. With Jada's need for space, her desire for diversity, and her seeking of loving attention, combined with Will's commitment, his loyalty, his drive to always be better, and then their combined intensity, it sounds to me like these two people are doing the most healthy thing for the relationship, and we can all take a cue. Now, this didn't necessarily happen this weekend, but it happens over and over again. And as I was scrolling through Instagram, I immediately had a moment of, Khloe, girl, what are you doing? So I had to stop. After his loving birthday tribute to Khloe Kardashian, there are sources that are saying that Khloe and Tristan are back together. So if you're anything like me, you immediately started to think, what are you doing? How could you still be with this man? How can you trust him? Don't be a doormat. Respect yourself. But I have to remember that there is no general way of relating with somebody else. And depending upon your design, if something keeps happening over and over again, there's something there for you. And this is a pattern with Khloe. There isn't a man that she's been with in the last 5 years that has not committed some form of adultery. If you're going to learn a lesson and you're going to grow, it might as well be with your child's father. Or at least that's what's working for me. So where we are open in our designs is where we attract somebody that is defined. It is a place for us to grow and to become wise. Those open centers are where we hold patterns, self-limiting patterns, sabotaging patterns. They're not good, bad, right, or wrong. They're really a tuning fork for us to live our best life eventually. When you look at Khloe's design, you see that she has a completely open heart and an open G center. This is somebody that's always going to be attracting people who are centered in self, who have ego. They tend to be a little bit more selfish, even if it is a healthy selfishness, even if it is a healthy ego. She has access to none. So it's absolutely going to be a difficult dynamic for her at first if she doesn't know what's going on. So Khloe doesn't have consistent access to her worth or what worthiness is, a benchmark for worthiness, what's worthy, who's trustworthy, who's not. She knows on a subconscious level that having Tristan in her life is going to teach her how to feel worthy, how to stop proving herself, how to know who is trustworthy, who is not trustworthy. Khloe tends to overgive and find herself in situations and in places with people just to feel loved. This can create a very fragile self-esteem system. These people tend to be very vulnerable to manipulation, even if it is subtle, energetic manipulation. Up until this point, Khloe has been making decisions emotionally and mentally. But if during this next round with Tristan, she's able to follow her gut and then come to emotional clarity then make a decision, she will find that she has a whole new level of trust in herself. She'll stop proving herself to people until she'll finally experience the love that she so desperately deserves. Kanye West is running for president of the United States in 2020. He's also dropping an album soon, and he has not registered as an independent in any of the very few states wherein the deadline has not passed. So we are not 100% certain that this is happening and that it's not just a publicity stunt. Listen, it's July 2020. Anything can happen. I was certain that aliens were going to make mainstream contact, but instead we got Kanye West running for president of 2020. I put nothing past this year. I thought it would make perfect sense to look at his design and see if this even makes sense. And if he was magically appointed president of the United States, would he be any good? So Kanye is a spinning projector with a 1-3 profile. He is here to set foundations, and he is then here to shake them up. His only definition in his entire chart is a defined will and his spleen. You love to see it. And quite honestly, Americans could learn how to love themselves the way that Kanye loves Kanye, and to speak as directly and clearly and from the heart as he does. He says in his verse in Ty Dolla $ign's new song, Ego Death, a lot of people be thinking, but I'm just a sayer. Basically, his instinct all day long is telling him what is healthy and what is not healthy for him and his tribe. And what his instinct is telling him isn't necessarily wrong. It's his open throat and his speaking when it's not appropriate to speak that gets him in the trouble. Ultimately, he's a very tapped in, intuitive, strong, caring, compassionate, and giving leader. Like Trump, his G center is completely open. So if he's a great president, is going to basically depend on the people that are around him. He doesn't have a strong sense of identity outside of those that are around him. What he does have is some poignant instinct and a drive to make anything happen. Could he run for president? It's possible. Could he become president? It's possible. Is it most likely a ploy to take votes from Biden? Absolutely. If you're curious to know a little bit more about your human design, you can download the first issue of Undefined magazine for free. I'll see you next time.